Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, a Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Brandon Falinger.
Yes, I'm here and I'm ready to go fast.
Yes. Also with us, Ryan Stokely.
Hello. I too am ready to go fast.
Oh, that's perfect. I got the blue paint, the red shoes, and a couple of blue needles we can just stab into your back, I guess. And you should be ready to go.
Sweet.
Well, I'll get my spiked gloves and paint myself red, I guess.
I guess I'll just jam a propeller into my butt.
Get a foxtail, one of those furry foxtails.
No, I'm going to attach those to the end of each propeller.
Oh, okay.
That should work.
So, guys, did you hear the latest anime to become a American-made movie?
How mad am I going to be?
Gundam.
Okay.
Which one? There's so many.
I don't think it is determined yet, but Legendary Entertainment is making a Gundam movie for Netflix.
Wait, hold on. I'm making a Gundam movie in what?
For Netflix.
Live action?
Yes.
Don't know how I feel about that.
Where was it?
Oh, hold on. We don't know which one they're doing then, though.
It has been confirmed it is part of the Universal Century, and
that means nothing to me. I haven't followed that enough to know what that means.
I believe the Universal Century is the original or main storyline.
So like Xeon and shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Veteran comic.
I feel like that's a bad choice because there's so much in the background for that completely that you'd have to catch up on in general.
What's the one they had on Adult Swim?
They had a few.
They had a few different Gundam series.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'd be better off going with something like either something more recent like Iron Blooded Orphans, which is its own canon, I believe. G Gundam or Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think all three are tied
Gundam Wing was
shit.
Gundam Wing and Gundam G were pretty popular when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one.
Well, hey, G Gundam they could go campy as shit on if they wanted to. They wouldn't have to take it seriously. Whereas, if you're gonna go into what the main canon is, you're gonna piss off a lot of people when it's wrong, essentially.
It says that veteran comic book writer Brian K. Vaughan is writing the script. The only bad part is he's never written a film script before, but he has written a lot of Marvel and DC comics, and he's also written Y: The Last Man.
I mean, to me, that doesn't make much sense anyway. It doesn't add. A comic book writer is not the same as a manga writer, right? The whole idea behind the story structure in general is different, and the way that things play out. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's gonna lose a lot of what makes Gundam.
Yeah, they're gonna have to have the movie play from right to left.
just flip horizontal. No, I feel like you're gonna lose something in there by having someone who. Well, actually, no. Let me ask this: are they getting oversight at all from the original creator?
Good. The original creator's dead. How old is Gundam?
He's alive.
Okay.
I thought Gundam was over 50 years at this point, maybe.
Dude's still alive. He's like 80 or something like that.
Okay.
I do not recall reading any thing from the original creator.
Let's see. Let me share.
Or anyone from like the original.
Yeah, well, like somebody that has handled this and done it well, right? Like, you would want someone with creative oversight to make sure that things don't go off the rails. Like, instead of a Gundam, it's suddenly a Transformer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I know there are some Gundams that do that. Wing is probably one of them, I believe. No, Double Zeta is one of them, I think. Not Wing. But my point is still, like, don't fuck around. God, it's such a hard thing to describe because Gundam has so much baggage to it. It'd be like saying, "Hey, we're gonna make a movie out of One Piece," right? There's so much background and canon that goes into that to try and tackle that in what is probably going to be an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops movie is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go well.
Unless they make their own storyline that plays in parallel with events from like 0096 or whatever Gundam Unicorn was.
Well, but even then, you've got to watch out for what you're doing because then you're going to have people questioning, like, why aren't these people over here during the actual events of the show?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll have your own problem there. You'd have to write around that.
And I'm not the biggest fan of Gundam. Like, I've seen, I think, 0080, 86, Unicorn, and G. So...
Here's what I would have done, all right? If you were going to take a Gundam series and do it, I would have taken G Gundam, and I would have done the prior tournament where Master Asia won. Everybody wants to see the old man fight Gundams hand-to-hand, all right? Nobody's going to say no to that.
Right.
That, you have the perfect camp. You can pretty much do whatever you want so long as Master Asia wins. That's really the only thing that matters. Like, to keep canon. And there's nothing else. That's it. Just do that. Like, it's that easy.
Just have one big fighting tournament movie.
Exactly, yes. Hell, even if you want to take it to, like, just the final round of the tournament or whatever, and just be like, yeah, these are the flashbacks for when I beat these guys. And it's just like, or like there's a montage in the middle of them just going through the main part of the tournament, leading up to the finals. Like, it's that easy. It would be perfect.
So,
and again, other than Master Asia winning, canon doesn't matter here.
Yeah, they could
could free ball it and do whatever the hell they wanted.
It could be like Real Steel 2.
Mm-hmm.
You can just call it that.
And it's going to be directed by Jordan Voight Roberts, who directed Kong Skull Island.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So
I can't speak for that because I never watched it.
So
Pretty
I'm
good.
not sure too much about it because details are first coming out about a week ago, so...
I can see why they made him the director, just with the idea of like, oh hey, big CG animal. I've worked with something like that before. Big CG robot, same thing. Same idea, really.
So hopefully in a few months we'll find out more about it.
I don't know. I'm still not a fan of them touching the original Gundam canon in a single movie. That's probably not going to make much sense or be good in the end.
Yeah. Probably. Anything going on with you guys?
Not much. More Persona 4. I've realized that there is a cutoff date in this game where you can no longer raise social links, and now I'm desperately trying to raise all the social links I can as fast as I can. I'm just sitting here just like, I don't care fuck it. There's a fucking like band get together thing. Cool. They tried to crowd surf. Kanji just lands on his face. Awesome. Great. I get to the social link level up. I'm running out of time. And there's one character that gets introduced like so late that you literally have to focus on them and them alone to raise the social link.
Oh.
Damn.
And it's probably the most interesting character.
And she's probably Sundari.
What's the one that's like cool dere? Is it a kudere or is that something else? Then she's more of a kudere.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, I said before, this game is very thirsty and plays with sexuality here. There is very much like a theme of, I want to be a guy in this too.
Oh yeah, when I was looking at the Persona 4 characters, I found out none of them were Sundari, which kind of made me happy.
4 does not have tsunderes. The closest one is maybe Chie, and even then, it's like the lightest hint. You have Rise, who's just like the heaviest flirt in the world. Chie, who's tomboy as fuck and loves kung fu movies and kicks people. You have Yukiko, who's just innocent to a goddamn fault. And then you have Naoto, who's like super big detective girl.
Oh, who was it in 5 that I thought? Oh, Futaba in 5 that I thought was kind of cute.
Oh yeah, the trash gremlin. Got it.
The trash gremlin.
She literally lives in trash. You visit her room and it's piles of garbage in there. She doesn't leave her room.
This is Grover, or not Grover, Oscar.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She is your shut-in hacker who lives in trash.
Oh.
And she just spouts like shitty internet memes. Like she literally runs away and says gotta go fast. Like constant internet memeage is her vocabulary.
The hell?
Anything going
And then
on
you have
with
like more normal characters in Persona 5.
anything with you, Ryan?
Not really. Like, yeah, nothing really. I watched, I Love You Man for the first time.
Oh, that is a good movie.
It's a pretty funny movie. Recommend it.
I think that may be one of my dad's favorite movies. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like, he and I will now and then bring up Hank Mardukas.
Hank Mardukas.
It's the dad's best friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so every now and then he'll mention Hank Mardukas, and I'll get the reference, and I'll just start laughing.
There's like the one part where, what the hell is his name? I forget the actor's name, but he calls Paul Rudd Pistol Pete.
Oh, by the way, calling back, the creator of Gundam is named Yoshiyuki Tomino, and he's still alive. He's 79.
Oh, damn.
A little bit younger than I thought.
I said about 80, so, a couple of years off. But hey,
Okay.
yes, he's alive.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered them talking about him seeing the new Gundam, like life-size Gundam thing that they turned from Unicorn, I believe.
Yeah, I forget the actor's name, but when he calls Paul Rudd Pistol Pete, and it's like they meet for the first time, and then Paul Rudd, like, he goes to leave, and he just calls the dude Jobin. He's like, see you later, Jobin. And it's just like, that's not even a word. He's like, I don't know why. He's like, I don't know why I said that.
He's a joblin, a job goblin.
A job goblin. But yeah, that movie cracked me up. Pretty good. Oh, also, what the heck comes out? Mortal Kombat comes out this week, right?
Oh fuck, I forgot that was happening.
I think so. Hopefully it's gonna be better than the 1994 one.
First off,
isn't it?
those movies were classic.
Right? Right?
A cult classic. There's a
Along,
difference.
yeah, along with the, I'll put Street Fighter in there. I definitely bought all of those movies multiple times by accident because I forgot I already owned them.
That's
I
the
had
worst.
at one point I had like 3 copies of Street Fighter, and I found them all together.
But for you, it was Tuesday.
Yes.
There's nothing else. I give that one. That one is a good line. I won't even argue that point. That is a good line.
But
Unlike
yeah.
those movies Brandon showed us, there was not a good line in that at all.
Oh man.
Uh,
At least that first movie. That was
yeah.
That was oof.
The Lost
That was-
episode.
yeah, that one was life changing.
Mhm. That's a term for it.
Okay, are we ready for the main course? Today's anime.
Yes.
Okay, Ryan.
So sorry, I'm jumping on a tangent here, and I wanted to mention this earlier, and I forgot during our banter bit. But I need to ask you this, Orion. Have you heard the latest bullshit that has come out of the Epic Apple thing?
No.
So documents and testimony has been released to the public to see from that.
Mhm.
How much money do you think the Epic Store is losing to like pay out for free games and guarantee sales for these people that are publishing on their store?
Probably 0.
Oh, you are very wrong.
Oh wait, how much they're losing?
Yes, how much they're losing.
I don't know. Is that wait? So, what's the whole thing? Is Apple not allowing? Oh yeah, that's right. Epic and
They
Apple.
took Fortnite off the Apple Store, but that's not even talking about that alone. It's how much are they throwing at their store and not making back. Remember, they built the Epic Store to fight Steam,
Wasn't it had
and
to
nobody
be
likes
like
it because it's garbage.
yeah, it's like I'd say close to $1 billion. They did all that.
Not quite.
No.
As of 2019, it's $181 million loss. Projected to be $273 million in 2020, and then another $139 million in 2021. Supposedly, from what I've heard, this thing is not supposed to be profitable until 2027.
Wow, that's a terrible business.
Now, Epic
Yeah.
claims 2023 it'll be profitable. However, that is probably because they didn't expect to lose Fortnite off of the
Yeah.
Apple Store.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people play that on mobile or any of those kind of games on mobile. I don't get it. I don't get it,
I can barely play fucking Stardew Valley on mobile.
dude. What was I playing? I play like brain games on mine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't play like a fucking emulator of Mario or anything.
Yeah,
I need like I need the physical buttons to
I need the
push
controller.
and stuff.
I can deal with the digital analog stick, but I need buttons.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, back
Yeah.
to the actual thing we were supposed to be doing.
Yes. Okay, Ryan. Today's topic is Appare Ranman.
Appare Ranman.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like something with ramen?
I should point out it's spelled Ranman.
Oh, Ranam. And Ranam. Not Ranma.
Ranman. So like Ranman, but Ranman.
Ranman. Oh, okay. So it was like
Yeah, there you go.
it's a Jamaican.
I like where this is going already.
Jamaican. It's about a Jamaican dude who delivers ramen on foot. He started out with just like a food truck. And then people, for some reason, couldn't get to his food truck, so he decided to deliver it on foot.
Okay.
And then he decided to change the name of his ramen stand from whatever it was to Ranman. I'll be ramen your ramen, man. And he would just deliver stuff on foot, and that's what
So wait, who's the chef? Who's cooking?
he is. He makes the food and delivers.
So wait, what if someone comes up to order, or like orders off of like?
Exactly.
Is he taking orders off of his cell as he's delivering? Like, what's going on here?
Dude, I haven't worked any of that out. But he's an
far ahead yet.
He's an artisan, dude. Yes, he's an artisan ramen maker. So he is only open for a certain amount of time.
He puts 2 little fish cakes and then like a piece of bacon to make a smiley face.
Yeah.
I'm a ramen artist, man.
Get your ramen. Your ramen, ramen. Ramen. But yeah.
It's so stupid.
There's probably an anime about a ramen chef, and I would just love to watch that now.
Oh, it exists. It's a Naruto spinoff called Ichiraku Time.
Oh wow!
I'm bullshitting you. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't exist though.
Oh wow! Well, your bullshit confused me. Good job, sir. Oh, and just a quick sidetrack. I did hear there is a potential drama about anthropomorphic characters having adventures in a taxi. It just started recently, and the name is Odd Taxi. And I think the overarching plot deals with somebody being murdered and like the taxi driver eventually getting down to solving the murder. But it's been only out for 2 weeks and it seems interesting-ish. But,
sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, but just having anthropomorphic animals driving a taxi and solving a murder is not something I would think would be an anime, but it is.
So it's Taxi Holmes. Got it.
With Richard Scary. Was there a worm driving an Apple car?
Enough about Odd Taxi. Let's get back to the main thing. Appare Ranman is a series about auto racing.
Oh, cool.
I find it really interesting that as the intro goes in, they call it Operacing.
Yes. Yes, it is a cross-country race set in America in an alternate 1902-ish time.
I was going to say like 1900 and 1920, somewhere in there.
Like when cars were first invented, basically.
Well, they do...
Just about, but they're more advanced here.
Okay.
And where they probably should be.
They do have a semi-time frame going up of an American flag with 45 stars, and I looked online, and I believe it was 1892 to 1905. We had 45 states. Mm-hmm. So,
but they're mixing in future tech for cars in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Like steam engines are crossing the Pacific. Gasoline engines have recently been invented, probably within the last few years, but they've gotten to the point where they have like race cars going around tracks.
Well, I'm trying to remember. They had like indie racing. Like racing's been around forever.
Not when you had a Model T, I don't think.
I think like I don't know. I swear I saw like something. Yeah, I swear like I saw like an old film of like racing Model Ts or like the next Ford model or whatever car came out. But I don't know. I could be entirely wrong.
It's true. I haven't looked up like the history of auto racing.
Our main
Here we
character
go.
is a inventor named Appare, who, how would you just describe him other than inventor? He's not quite scatterbrained, but he is
He's definitely emotionally distant. Like he thinks logically more than anything else. Like everything comes before logic, and there's even points where you get like a Jimmy Neutron style brain blast.
with like all mathematical formulas.
Like he projects where things are gonna fall, so he can like drive through and dodge them as they fall.
1895. The average speed was 5 miles per hour.
Wow.
That feels very sad, and these are going way faster than that.
Yeah, so anyone who wasn't overweight could probably beat them on foot. But yeah, that was in Chicago.
Like you couldn't outpace a car,
Yeah.
or outpace a horse. I mean, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Like horses were still faster at that point. But yeah, we have our main big three in GM, which just exists apparently. BMW, aka BMW. And then what was the other one?
I
forgot the third
have
one
it
was.
written down.
It was like Iron or something.
Iron Motors.
There it is. Which I'm trying to think what that one would be at the time.
Honestly, Ford.
Would it be Ford?
Because Ford was like the first.
Yeah, but it would, like the way that they've parodied this, you would think it would just be like they've swapped out like steel, like it was called steel motors, and they just flipped in iron instead.
Yeah,
I will say, all of our like music is really fucking good, and it's got a real Western feel.
Oh, cool!
The music's really good,
and I think
the opening's jazzy.
And I think the theme song has the happiest saying of "I don't give a fuck" I have ever heard.
It's really good, man. It is so jazzy, and like I'll be the first one to say, unlike Catalia, I want more of this now.
Yes, the manga is still going on. The manga just started last year, so we will be probably getting an eventual second season, if not more manga.
Like the oh man, this series though, like holy shit,
dude.
Ryan, do you want to meet the racers?
I'm watching like a little clip on YouTube. This looks awesome.
You want wacky races?
Dude,
here's your wacky races anime.
My favorite kind of shit, dude.
You get Crazy TJ, who looks amazing.
That one car just looks like Full Metal Alchemist. Just the brother turned into a car. And there's a boat.
Oh yeah, that's Appare's car. He turned his car into a hybrid engine between steam and gasoline. And he recycled the old boat that took them to America.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what are some like the main racers? Or are they all kind of like in the entire series pretty evenly, besides the main character?
No, they're pretty well even. Like it's a pretty spread cast between all the 7 main racer people. We've mentioned Crazy TJ, who's the black dude in there that you probably saw with like the awesome hair and the bandana over his eyes.
And like the first episode he showed up, I'm like, he's kind of an asshole. But as the series progressed, I'm like, oh my god, TJ is the best character.
Is like he has no qualms about how he lives his life. He's just there for the thrill. He's just there for the like what's interesting and fun. Oh, you want to fight me? All right, let's just have a gunfight. Ah, man, let's do this. I mean, he walks in at one point with a fucking boombox that's playing records. He's got a record playing boombox, and he's constantly blaring his music in his car. And that thing looks
That's pretty
funky
funny.
as shit with eyes on it and everything.
Yes.
You wanna take the next one, Brandon? And introduce the next character?
How about the tragic backstory character of Hototo? No, not that Hototo. The Native American boy. Because Appare's sidekick goes to find Hototo because he was kidnapped, and he meets up with these really bad dudes and stuff like that. He's like, I'm looking for Hototo. Have you guys seen him? And they're like, hey, get the hell out of here. And then you hear like this little thing coming from the guy's box he's sitting on. He's like, could you please move a minute? And there's this little gopher thing inside. Oh, Hototo, there you are. I found you. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, Hototo's backstory is that his father was killed and like his land and shit was taken, right? And he's looking for revenge on the guy that killed him, and all he knows is that he's got a snake tattoo on his neck. And apparently, the people that are affiliated with that tattoo are part of this race. So he's joining up with Appare, partly because Appare helped save him when he was getting beaten. And because, if these guys are going to be here, I'll find the guy that did it. We also have Kosame, who's kind of like dragged along.
Yes.
Against his will.
He was supposedly going to watch after Appare because Appare's father is of, I think, high power or something like that.
A merchant. He's a very he's a very high paying merchant.
And Appare wants nothing to do with the family business, so Kosame was more hired to bring Appare back into the normal Japanese fold. And
well, it's that, and Appare's inventions cause chaos around the place, like around the village that they live in.
Yeah, to say the
head
least.
Guy is not happy about it. I don't know if I forget what he is, if he's just a lord or something. I'm not sure.
I think so.
But either way, he's not happy about it. He's like, you're the local samurai. Fucking watch over this kid. Make sure he stops causing trouble. And if worse comes to worse, we'll lock him in prison. Which he literally picks the lock and relocks the prison, leaving all the other prisoners stuck in there.
Which was hilarious. I loved that scene.
Oh, man.
Because literally our introduction.
He does it so casually, too.
Yeah, like he just they're just so shocked that he's casually picked the lock with a pencil and walked his way out. They're like, wait, what? And then he relocks it and they realize what's just happened.
No, let us out too! Let us out too!
Walks off back to his little workshop.
Prison is boring.
Yeah, Appare's whole thing is like, I'm gonna keep pushing to see how far I can go. Like, he read the book To the Moon and Back, I believe it was. And it's inspired him to just, keep inventing until he can actually do it himself.
Was that Jules
to see how far he
Verne?
can push his inventions. I think it was. But yeah, he's gonna take out his new steamboat with this new steam engine that he's created and take it for a test ride. And because he's escaped from prison, the Lord has basically commanded all of the guards he has to capture Appare. And as he's pulling out of the secret cove he has, Kosame is just grabbed onto the edge. And it's just wait, I'm gonna be in trouble if you just leave like this. Wait, no! And eventually they're so far out at sea, it's he doesn't know how to drive the thing. Only Appare does. And he's just kind of stuck there. It's what do I do? I mean, technically I'm still watching over him. But I don't want to leave. I'm supposed to get married to some girl. And my little sister's all alone.
Anyway,
He's like desperate to get back.
what was that line from the second episode? It's like Appare says, like, well, if it makes you feel any better, everybody probably thinks you're dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, everybody probably just thinks you're dead, and they married off your fiance to someone else. He's like, no, come on. Like, he's thinking the logical aspects, and he's probably right, but still, just no emotional attachment to anything. He does not give a shit.
Yeah.
We have Al Leon, I believe he's the third son of B&W, who's going to enter the race to try and prove that he's better than his brothers and can take control of the company. Yes, he's French, and he carries around a rapier. Also, I should mention, Appare creates, like, the very first Segway?
Yes! Yes!
Just riding around on a Segway? It's like a wind-up Segway, I think it is.
I love that!
And, like, oh, it's the best. Like, Kosame's, like, gets to the point of, like, all right, I want to go home. How the fuck do I go home? He's working his ass off at, like, different odd jobs. Eventually, like, he's in a restaurant being a waiter. And he's like, this isn't enough that's going to buy me the fare to get home. The fuck? And then they realize, wait, there's like $1 million prize or whatever if we go and enter this race. And Appare's like, that could be fun. I'd love to create a car that could do this. So it's like, awesome, cool, I'll take the money and get home, and you can just do your invention thing that you're really interested in. This works for both of us.
So there's Jin Zailan, who is a Chinese woman who has dreams of being a racer, except it's the early 1900s. Women can't drive.
Dang.
Yeah, so she is saying, like, hey, I want to race somebody where she works, so she gets the trashiest car. And she has Appare soup it up. And
No, she does not.
Oh.
She just makes it so that he fixes it and it can run.
Oh.
She wants to win fair and square without it being souped up in any way.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Appare totally wants to do it, but she's like, no, it's not fair if I win because the car is better. I got to win fair and square with my skill.
Mm-hmm. So she uses a little bit of, like, racing logic to keep pace with her opponent, and she's about to pull out ahead when he sideswipes her. And
no, she does get ahead of him, and he tries to draft her at the end, and realizing that he won't make it in time, he comes around and catches her at the end and causes her to spin out.
Yeah, he sideswipes her.
Not even. He catches her on the back tire. It's not a side swipe.
Okay.
Yeah, he rams her on the back section of her back tire and spins her out.
Except her boss says, like, hey, you have great skill even though you didn't win.
Like, yeah, you did that experienced drivers would do. Normal people would hit it to brakes. You hit the gas so that way you wouldn't crash the car. Normally you would have hit the brakes and it would have caused the car to overturn and smash into the other car.
So she's our token female of the series.
Also badass.
Yes.
Token female or not, also badass.
Since she does know Kung Fu.
It's true.
Oh, damn.
We also have Dylan Olden, or Orden, depending on who's talking, I guess. Who's supposed to be one of the greatest outlaws around at the time. What is it called? What did they call them? Originally, there were the 1,007, but they're down to 3 that are left alive right now. TJ, who we mentioned before, is one of them. Dylan's the second one. He's being, I believe, not DNW. He's being, oh yeah, GM is funding him to race in this. Right? Because they were like, oh, this race is going to be great. It's going to prove how automobiles are the way of the future and the steam engine and trains are garbage now. I believe, if I remember right, Iron Motors is who's funding TJ. But yeah, Dylan's here, and he's got the backstory of, like, my girlfriend died. If only I'd have been smart and there to protect her. Oh. So he's constantly just staring at a locket with the picture of his dead girlfriend, being like, I'm a useless waste of space, why am I here? He keeps donating every bit of money he earns, though, I believe, to the orphanage that he and his dead wife had to help rebuild it and bring it back.
Oh, that's nice.
Who else we got? Who else is left? Oh, Chase and the other dude.
Yeah. And
You want to
Gil.
Gil.
Good old Gil T. Cigar.
Yes. Who wears an iron mask and doesn't talk at all.
Also the third member of the 1003. His buddy Chase, his right-hand man does all the talking. He doesn't need to, he's just got to be there and imposing.
And it turns out that Gil is not Gil. He just assumes the identity of Gil so that people will be afraid of him.
Oh, I mean, it also got the other guy's GM, I think it would be? No, GM is Olden. It got whoever sponsored him to like double up in the money to be like, here, take it, go in.
Yeah. So you find out that Gil is actually a guy named Tristan, who is one of the best characters because he is so friendly to everybody.
So if you're a member of Mice and Men, he's a little bit like Lenny. Not quite as dumb, but it's definitely that Lenny and George vibe going on between Tristan and Chase.
He doesn't end up getting shot, though.
Well, I mean, they all kind of end up getting shot at some point.
Oh, damn.
This is the Wild West still.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
We find out that Gil is the last person we would expect him to be.
I mean, if Ryan's really interested in this, I don't think we should spoil much more of what happens there.
Yeah.
Needless to say, some shit goes down, and there's the chance of a runaway train with dynamite in it blowing up Chicago.
Damn.
And
Are there any like shenanigans that like cheating and stuff?
Oh, I mean, technically no, but
I
yes.
guess they're at wacky racers.
Technically no, because there's literally no rules outside of, I believe, just straight up killing racers.
Oh, okay.
But there is some shady business that goes on, yes. Including, like, let's cause, like, a cave-in in this valley, so that way they either have to go all the way around, or they'll have to wait for us to show up and plow our way through.
Is there, like, a Nick Dastardly character with his dog or cat or some kind of animal?
Technically, there is at the start, but that kind of goes away pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
To kind of, like, make way for the main plot. Because, like, the race is a great setting, and I wish there was more involving the race. But there's a separate setting involved that lovely little dynamite train.
Yeah.
I should also mention that Kosame literally never draws his blades for reasons. Like, he literally can't.
He has PTSD.
There is a lot of PTSD.
I did like the one scene where Tristan says to Appare, like, yo, man, what's up with your hair? It's all wild and shit. And Appare just looks at him. I could say the same about your hair. It looks like it's caught in an explosion. And Tristan just says, like, what did you say about my hair? It looks like it was caught in an explosion. I like you, man. And Tristan's like, well, you're cool with me. Did I say Tristan? I meant TJ. He said that. Not Tristan. I would say TJ is the best character.
TJ is very fun. He is a very fun character. I do enjoy myself some TJ.
If there is a second season, I would love for TJ to show up again.
It would be very entertaining. And besides, he's there for fun. If there's a chance for fun, he'll probably show up.
Let's just see here. This anime was 13 episodes from April 2020 to September 2020, with a roughly 2-month hiatus due to COVID. And what's really interesting is the manga started a week before the anime started.
I will say it looks like during the bumpers, what we tend to get seems to be like panels, like full page spreads from the anime, or from the manga, I mean. And it looks really good.
So I'm interested in reading the manga now to see if it at all diverges from the anime plot, or if the manga goes off in a different direction.
Here, I'm going to post this in chat. Like, there's one.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Because the manga is monthly, and having a monthly manga as the source for a weekly 13-episode anime, I'm not too sure how closely it would follow.
Probably not. It's probably going to be a Full Metal Alchemist situation where it diverts. Like, where you have the main plot points, but you divert from there. And I feel like that kind of really shows at the end, where it's like, oh, cool, the main threat has been taken care of. Let's just skip to 4 days later when they get to the end of the race.
I think it was a month later.
I thought it said 4 days, but either way, like, I feel like they should have just been like, cool, season 1 done. Second season, we'll get to the rest of the race, and there'll probably be a new threat.
Yeah. But
like, it feels like it should have totally been a 2-season anime.
On the plus side, the writer of the anime is also the same guy who wrote the manga, so it should be relatively close if the guy's like, okay, here's what I want to happen in the manga.
Wait. I'm sorry. I need to ask you this because I wanted to ask you this before. Do you remember the part in the series, right, in the show, where Appare is just sitting there thinking about how to fix, like, his engine, and he's literally walking his way into all sorts of shenanigans without even noticing it?
Yes. He's, like, lost in thought for half an episode.
Like, he's walking around with a bucket on his foot. He ends up getting, sitting down in a barber shop, getting back up. He's already got, like, the drape over himself as he's walking. We cut back again a little later. He's got, like, those little flags that you hang across, like little banner flags or whatever, just draped around in there. He ends up sitting down on a fucking donkey, and the donkey starts taking off until it crashes into somebody's house. And then he realizes, like, wait a minute, I've got it. And he walks out of the house like nothing's wrong. And he's just like, call somebody, I'm hungry, make me food. And the people there are just like, what the fuck? What?
I think that's one of my favorite scenes.
It's so good. It's such a classic idea, but it's so good. It's done so well here.
Yes. And just the fact that Appare is so, I don't want to say, like, genius intellect thinking when it comes to driving, but he does some crazy stunts in, like, the early stages, like all the pre-racing racing. Like, he has some really good ideas on how to win.
I would have, again, even if we didn't have what ended up being the main plot here, I would have just been happy with the wacky races thing. Just keep coming back to that each episode and how stupid it gets.
And one bit of a mid-season spoiler where they're going through pole positions. I think TJ says something like, oh, this shit is boring. Just shoots the ballot box. and like balance
To draw
flight.
lots for who goes first, second, and third, like the spaces.
Yes, so they do their own way of determining pole positioning, which is like shootouts, arm wrestling, and I believe there was a drinking contest.
Well, let's not even talk about the one that was literally who can chop a cucumber faster.
Yes!
Most of me is just doing the classic, like, fast, like, kitchen knife cutting board type of thing. And then you've got Leon with his rapier just quickly trying to slice it while it's stuck in a candle holder.
Oh, man.
And I did half like the fight between Al and Cosme because you have like rapier versus samurai sword.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. Let's talk about the drinking contest TJ has with Al, who is literally down after one drink, and then Sophia shows up, his essentially like his chaperone, if that's what you want to call her, who completely drinks him under the table. Like he just flashes and she's just like, "What? Are you done already? Come on!"
And she has like
totally have more of this.
And she has like 10 glasses in front of her.
She literally is like, "Here, one more before we go," sets it on his forehead and taps it with her own drink, like her own shot, and downs it, and then carries Leon off. You just see TJ just like turn his head to the side and just like, "Damn, that's one good woman."
Oh my god, this is really good. This is a really, really good series.
It's great. It's the best. I love it.
I would just love to see where the manga goes.
Mm-hmm.
So did the manga stop as well?
No, no.
The show's on hiatus? Okay.
Nope, the manga's been out for close to a little more than a year at this point. The manga started April 3rd, 2020. So I could see it going quite some time.
Especially if they don't just focus on the race and they move on to like airplanes eventually, like the anime hints at.
Yeah, that's a spoiler for the ending. Appare finds that somebody built an airplane and he says, an airplane. I'm gonna build one too.
That's my next project. I've conquered the roads. Now I want to get to the skies.
So, this might be interesting if we have like air races.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out.
It's only 13 episodes, Orion.
Yeah, that I can get into.
That's the opening though, and then the ending. That's just like the guitar riff, like the cowboy guitar riff, like dun 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 dun. Like it's so good.
If you love steampunk, you'll love this.
Question mark steampunk? Because there's only one real steampunk part of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is literally just Appare's car. The rest of it is like actual regular cars. Like souped up cars, but still cars.
Oh, you could do like infinite show about car racing.
Oh no, total wasn't that Speed Racer?
Yeah, it was.
There you go. I feel like no plot ever really happened there. It was just whatever race was currently happening.
Mm-hmm.
There was also technically what was it? I want to say Tenacious D, but I'm wrong.
Oh,
Initial D.
Initial D, yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
That's the other one where you got like your mountain street racing. Although that one might actually have a plot. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, didn't like Great Teacher? Oh, what was that? Like GTO. Didn't that also have like a racing theme to it? Like this teacher was also a streetcar racer?
I have no idea.
I may be forgetting here.
I could not tell you, sir. I have no idea.
No. It has nothing to do with racing. It is about a gang member who becomes a teacher.
So nothing to do with it.
No. No.
No points for you.
Oh. But at least I get some points for other things, right?
No.
Um.
No other points. In fact, you have negative points.
Oh, damn it. So,
Next point.
I really hope you like this, Ryan, because I'm sure you will.
It's very good.
Yeah, dude. I'm a pretty big fan of the wacky racers, so this is
I mean, to be fair, TJ's car does kind of look like Penelope Pit Stops a little bit. It's got the eyes and everything on it with the lashes.
oh man.
So, next time we will go into the criminal underworld and hide out from the police.
Foot Clan.
I'll get those turtles yet. That works great with our last review episode.
Kind of. So,
Man.
we'll catch everybody then.
See you.